Hey everyone, and welcome back to the broke-ass Kingdom of Mordor. First things first, I'm gonna grab my diplomat Ugnag, and we're gonna try to make it to Orthanc here to do some diplomacy. But looks like we've got some Rohirrim in the way, two armies led by Leod here, and then another Isengard army in the way as well. I'm a little jealous of Isengard, I gotta say. They appear to have much better units than we do, but of course, they are much more expensive as well, and they also have a little bit of cavalry in the form of wargs. So I'm a little jealous of that, envious, if you will. I wouldn't say I'm jealous. Jealous. I'm just envious. Good old almond face Gorshag here continues to scout along the banks of I have no idea what this is. Let's see. Minhiriath, and we've spotted another high elven town. We've got Sword Quendi here. Sword Quendi. You heard me right. In Elvish, sword is of course pronounced sword. Speaking of elves, Prince Legolas continues to besiege Dol Guldur. I should mention though, this is the exact same turn as last episode because there's a lot of stuff that I still want to do. For example, so the point of that is that Legolas will of course be besieging because it's the exact same turn. But anyway, the stuff I want to do involves good old Dondeth and Dwarf Wa here. I want to crush these two armies of Gondor. Just a few quick things though. I've had to dip into our nest egg here to build a Shrine of Melkor in East Osgiliath. Because as you can see, we're having a culture problem, which is causing a massive public order problem, which is preventing me from raising taxes to oppressive levels in East Osgiliath. East Osgiliath is actually one of the least profitable settlements we have. The most profitable being Barad-dûr, the second being Little Marshwall, surprisingly. The old retirement home, Little Marshwall. You'd think Mount Doomington would be better, considering its tourist attraction, but Mount Doomington is actually upgrading, so it will not be producing much for a couple turns here. I think when we complete these walls, the tax should go up a little bit. No, my little paperwork here says that's not going to be the case, but we will get more population, less squalor, etc. And unfortunately, I can't push the taxes even higher in Mount Doomington either, because of there's just no law, no garrison, there's nothing. Speaking of East Osgiliath as well, we may have to eventually blow some money for an administration that will give us some public order. Alternatively, I could build, I think it is, or it's actually our Shrine of Melkor gives us some population growth, but those are our only public order buildings, and administration, and that's it. But we can always build a fairground, which seems kind of useless actually, or a boar breeder, which seems somewhat useless as well. But if we build an administration, it will actually reduce corruption by 20 gold coins, so that's something. The only problem is the price point, 2,600 gold coins. I'm just, saying that, I'm suggesting rather that maybe we should throw some gold into East Osgiliath, get it producing some tax. Luckily for us, Malgalad up here is very nearly ready to upgrade. Per turn, we're getting 1% population, which is not bad, so within, I'd say 10 turns, we should be ready to upgrade Malgalad, wallet allowing. And I, of course, am recruiting the exact same units as last turn. So if you had seen those, then nothing's changed. Our spies have already moved. So really, the only thing that's left to do is to assault these assholes in the field. And I'm not sure which army I would want to use. I think it's going to have to be... We're going to have to use Dondeth's army because I don't... This is the army I want to lose the least amount of casualties from. And in fact, I'm actually going to merge those units. There we go. And now we are ready for... Oh, never mind. Dwarf Wa may have to take the helm here because Dondeth can't actually attack shit. Okay, Dwarf Wa is going to take charge, and we're going to do a night attack. We could take on both armies and just absolutely crush them, but we might as well just take them on one at a time. We'll destroy Born... Oh my god, I cannot say this name. Bordenvnir, and then we'll carry onward. Okay, I'll see you on the battle map. And here we are, everyone. This is our mid-afternoon assault Tiny little Gondorian army, not a whole lot of strategy required. Just draw our lines, etc. You could probably even just skip right through this battle and you would not have missed a damn thing, which probably doesn't say a lot about the content I'm putting out these days, but I suppose we'll just have to muscle our way through these battles, and then we can march on Minas Tirith, besiege it. The archers are already firing. I'm wondering if I can just get Dwarf Wa around the flank here. See, look at this. My scouts are already going to be swarmed by Gondorians, so I'm going to have to grab these two units here to intercept some of these guys. Let's see, what do we got? We'll get good old, who is this, Gordush, I believe, the useless sack of shit Gordush. He's going to be taking the brunt of that charge there. Dondeth is, Dwarf Wa is getting charged by good old Bornivnir, and he's lost quite a few Black Numenorians, actually, but we're going to go around the flanks with our Orc Raiders. I should actually have merged these two Orc Raider units, but unfortunately, I have not done. Also, unfortunately, our scout units are being attacked by some Gondorian cavalry here. They're trying to skirmish, but they're not doing so hot. My 71 spearmen are ready to intercept, however, and they're going to move to do that pretty quick there. As soon as Dwarf Wa is finished with Bornivnir here, he'll do some charges into the rears of all these Gondorians. Doesn't appear that he's going to be done this conflict anytime soon, though. And our Orc Raiders are actually taking their time, coming around the flank, unfortunately. There we go. Our Orc bands are ready to intercept those cavalry, and actually those cavalry... Oh, I thought they were fleeing, but no. They are totally in the thick of it. I think, though, we have actually routed all of these Gondorian units, so we'll have to get our... we'll grab Gordush and he'll charge those Pelargian Marines, whereas these... Oh my god, we're taking a lot of casualties from this missile fire. We're going to have to try to run down those... whatchamacallit, archers as best we can. It appears that our archers are not firing at the targets I had designated. But there we go. They're starting to run now. They're starting to flee like the weaklings they are. Dwarf Wa has not yet killed Bornivnir, but there's only 4 of them left, so perhaps I should get Dwarf Wa to disengage. Oh shit, he's actually fled. Hopefully we can capture him and promptly execute him. I may actually have to take another ransom because we are so broke. Once again, I thought we would be able to hold on to that money a little longer, but it doesn't appear to be that case. But I don't know, more than likely we'll execute him, but unfortunately we can't capture him, so looks like we're gonna have to get these archers to rout instead. Yeah, we'll call off the chase of Bornivnir. We'll get him another day, I suppose. But there we go. It appears that Dwarf Wa is mopping up those archers now. For some reason they have yet to rout, though. And I think Gordush is taking care of those... Oh shit, our archers are being retarded and firing at our own lines. But for some reason, Gordush has not yet killed these Gondor infantry and these Pelargian Marines. I'm not sure what the situation is there, but we've only got... we lost quite a lot of orcs from our one unit of Orc Band, actually, which is not ideal. And they're probably gonna be rolled into another unit. We definitely need some massive amounts of reinforcements after all of these battles are said and done. And all I'm really recruiting at the moment is Orc Bands and maybe some Morning Guard in Barad-dûr, and that's about it. Not looking so good for us. I do have those trolls coming, though, which, I mean, is something... Oh, shit, I totally forgot about Dondeth. Dondeth has arrived on the field, and it looks like he's totally too fucking late to do anything. He's too late to do anything of you. Oh my god, what the hell's going on here? These Pelargian Marines are trying to chase down my scouts, but they're too quick. They're totally just outrunning these assholes, but look at that. It appears that they have killed a few archers because they're in skirmish mode. Let's try to disable that and see if we can shoot these guys. Oh my god, Gordush has been following the entire time. It's like a Benny Hill sketch over here. Okay, we've actually won the battle. There we go. Whoops, I did not mean to continue. We'll exit the battle. There we go. Clear victory. Battle of Anorien, once again. But there we go. We killed quite a few Gondorians there. We actually took quite a lot of casualties, not the greatest. But I think we'll have to, of course, execute every single asshole we've captured. So look at that. It's only 300 gold coins worth. Not even worth the paper we would write the ransom offer on. Unfortunately, though, Bornivnir has retreated to Minas Tirith. Actually, you know what? I'm hoping he'll take this army outside of Minas Tirith, and we can crush it, and then that'll be just... the only thing left will be the garrison script units. Oh shit. It appears that Captain Arthon has actually retreated from battle with Dwarf, but we can continue to pursue and crush him in the field, which would not be a bad idea, actually. Unfortunately, we have no support from Dondeth, so it's going to be our armies against these few units, and it doesn't appear to be a really strong army, so what I will do is roll on my units that need to be rolled up, like so. And we should be able to take those guys on. Like I said, I have a bunch of orc bands being recruited throughout the kingdom. Minas Morgul, Cirith, of course, are recruiting centers. I need some orc raiders, actually. There we go. Alright, I'm going to attack Captain Arthon with Dwarf here. We could do a night attack to gain an additional command star. We might as well do, because once I wait, it'll actually be like a midday attack. You know, like a couple hours after dawn. But anyway, once again, I'll see you on the battle map. Alright, here we go. Come to think of it, I only have one concern once we're complete in this battle. I'm really hoping that we will be able to return to the defensive embrace of Dondeth. Because it would really suck to be caught out in the field by Bornivnir with that massive Gondorian army from Minas Tirith. Because we'll probably have like a skeleton, like a shadow of an army once this battle is through. I think these Gondor spearmen and Gondor infantry are going to have their way with our army, unfortunately. I need to intercept those Gondorian cavalry, maybe not with Dondeth, or fuck, I keep calling him Dondeth, and I'm sure that makes him really pleased. Maybe not with Dwarf, though, because I don't know if he'd be able to handle 70 cavalry militia. We do need to handle those ballistas pronto mundo, though. They're roasting our scouts. I think Dwarf is about to receive like a full volley of... Oh, no. Okay, never mind. We're good. I was going to say we're going to receive a full volley of arrows like right to the face. But look, okay, Dwarf is going to do a Nazgul Screech on these cavalry militia. Perhaps we can kill quite a lot of them with this flank charge. I'm not really confident, though. We did kill quite a few, but we may have trouble disengaging, and we're losing Black Numenorians already. But we'll go for another charge here. We may even come around the flank and take out that ballista just in case. But we killed 10 cavalrymen there. I'd like to draw them near our archers, though, get some arrows blasted into their sides. It looks as though we can envelop these Gondorians with our 2 units, with our long line. We'll be able to do a nice horseshoe kind of maneuver. Ooh, shit. These Gondor cavalry are getting freakily close to my raiders and whatnot, so I'm going to have to intercept with Dwarf and charge with my raiders. But it appears that the Gondorians are now attacking my spear line, so I better get into that right away. Okay, if we can take care of these cavalry militia... Oh, there we go. We took out the captain already. But if we can get rid of the rest of the cavalry... Oh, shit. I'm firing on my own units, as always. Look at that. We routed the Gondor militia already. But once we get rid of those cavalrymen, then we have free reign over the battlefield, and we can just mop up the ballista and those archers and whatnot. Okay, but we have to intercept these Gondorian spearmen now before they get too many ideas. Okay, we're now flanking with our raiders, though, which is super ideal. Gordush, of course, being a useless piece of shit, not doing anything. He really needs to be in the middle of the fray here, supporting our units, but as always, just fucking the dog, as per usual. Okay, we can capture 1 million Gondorians, though. Maybe... No, we can't do another Terror of the Nazgul, not until the cooldown has gone. But once we wipe out this ballista, we'll take care of these militiamen. It appears that these archers are routing purely because of the archer fire. Gorders remains to be useless, though. I thought I had told him to, you know, get to work, stop gabbing and get to work, but no, he just promptly ignored that order. Unfortunately, these Gondor militia have got back together. Got back together. They're not a couple. They've just, you know... Oh shit, we've actually routed all of these units. My goodness. They've just reformed is what I'm trying to say. Let's create a spear line, though. Get our infantry back in the game. While Dwarf Wa takes care of everything else. I could probably get my archers to take out those spearmen, actually. There we go. There's only 70 of them. Okay, we've won the battle, but I'm going to run down all the Gondorians. I'll see you with the stats. There we go. We routed the army, I think. However, they're going to return to Minas Tirith and, you know, strengthen the forces that are already there. Not a big deal, though, because the units that are left are severely weakened. So, you know, good things, bad things. But I'll see you at the headman's block, the gallows, the place where we execute people, prisons. I'm not sure what to call. How would orcs execute people? Would they do it some really grisly way? I don't know. That's food for thought. Maybe if you have an idea, leave a comment. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Alright, we've got quite a lot of ransom here, 1,300. But we will actually execute 250 men right here, no problem. Look at that, Dwarf Wa is now a great commander. He's got 1,000,000 stars, rivaling Dawndeath himself. He's got quite a lot of shit, though. Alright, let's see. Oh, by the by, if you haven't heard, Creative Assembly is about to release a new title on the 25th, which I think by the time this is released, that will have already passed, and we will know what it is. But I've seen an image of the booth they have at the convention, I suppose that's what it is. And I've seen the booth, but it appears to be it's gonna be like a Barbarian Invasion 2, centering around Attila the Hun, perhaps, or some would say maybe it's Mongolian. I'm not sure, but most likely it's going to be a standalone expansion, the likes of Fall of the Samurai, but centering around Attila the Hun and as a companion to Rome 2, if that makes any sense. You know, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, just a little interesting factoid. But like I said, this event is probably already passed by the time this video was released, so you could pay it no mind, or maybe you didn't know, you're like totally out of the fucking loop, in which case you can thank me via sending me flowers or something like that. But anyway, I really need reinforcements, holy crap. But look at this, we have a clear path to Minas Tirith, and now we've got 1,000,000 weak units in the city that we can deal with. Unfortunately, there's going to be a massive amount of units piled on top, strong units piled on top of this once we besiege the place. It's the garrison script. You know what? Bornivnir can even attack West Osgiliath right now, which is not really ideal. So I'm going to leave these two guys where they are for now. Dwarf Wa can defend Cairndros, and we will stick Dawndeath back in West Osgiliath when the time comes. He can, gather some reinforcements, and we can just smash on towards Minas Tirith. I think once we end the turn, though, we're going to have to defend in Dol Guldur, and I'm not really confident that we will hold it from Legolas. Our army is not incredibly strong, and Legolas' army, well, it's not incredibly strong itself. There's very few missile units as far as Elven armies go. There's some weaker units in there, but I'm not really sure that we can hold on to it. But I guess we'll find out right about now. And here we are. We have to defend Dol Guldur from Prince Legolas. As I said, though, his army doesn't look too strong. He's got a lot of Sylvan spearmen, which are lightly armored. Maybe Kamul can take care of that. I'm not sure, but he does have these Bjornings as well. I think they're going to tear right through our orcs. But I think we can actually harass their army quite a bit, because, as I said, they don't have a huge amount of archer units. Unfortunately, Legolas's bodyguard is Sindar archers, so that's not really great. Oh my god, look at all this shit. He's got a biographer, Honeycakes, Lembas, Silme as well. Legolas, just carrying all this shit. Watchhound of Huan here. Alright, I guess I'm a little scared. I'm a little apprehensive to fight this fight, but I guess we have to muscle through it. So I'll see you on the, like, enough dawdling, I suppose. Enough stalling. Let's just fucking get it over with. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck, everyone. This is gonna be brutal. We're gonna grab K'mul, though. We're gonna have to try to harass these Bjornings. Perhaps these... I don't know, that's 2 units of Bjornings that we can charge right into. Luckily, they don't have shields or anything, and they're lightly armored, I believe. So we should be able just to get them to drop those ladders. We also have Sylvan Spearmen charging towards the walls that we could also try to harass. As long as we force the elves to try to go through the gate, I think we'll be golden. I do have some Orc Raiders on the walls, along with some scouts. And it appears that they're shooting at these Bjornings. And there we go. We've got the Bjornings to drop the ladder. So let's get the fuck out of... Oh, we're receiving some archer fire already from these Sylvan Horse Archers. Let's charge into them. Maybe we can get a few casualties in their unit. No. Okay, we're going to charge these Bjornings, actually. Oh, shit. I fucked up. I got K'mul. He is scattered, and his charges are not very effective, but unfortunately we have no choice but to try to charge into all of these units and cause as much disarray in the Elven army as possible. But now we need to charge into some archer units. Shit. It's hard to do this. We need to get as many casualties on these elves, these lightly armored elves, with our cavalry as possible. Ooh, now we're getting charged in the rear by these Sylvan Horse Archers. Could this be the end of K'mul here? He's slogged down and being shot at constantly by elves. Where is K'mul? Is that K'mul right there? No, that's Black Númenórean. Let's get K'mul down the bottom of the hill. What a failed offensive that was, but we did get them to drop the tower as well as the ladders, so I guess technically you could think of it as a success. Oh my god, they even got a backup ram all the way down here. Okay. Even if we run, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get away from those horse archers, and they're just going to continue to inflict wounds on K'mul unless we get them to rout, but it's not looking good. There is a lesser unit of horse archers here, though, but they're still doing pretty good against K'mul. But it appears that the elves are at the walls, and my scouts aren't even in a proper position to fight them, but I'm too centered on K'mul here. I think we're going to lose them due to my foolhardy charges. Maybe we can tuck them away in a corner and the elves will completely forget about them, but I'm not confident. Let's see, what do we got? We've got a lot of Orc Raiders, and we got a lot of elves trying to bust through our walls. And I think perhaps they'll pick up the ram again, I'm not sure. But it looks like K'mul has actually made it out alive, but he is being harassed by 5 Elven Horse Archers. So we'll just try to separate those archers from the army, and then maybe we can take him out. I don't know. No. Okay, I think they've stopped pursuing. K'mul lives to fight another day, but I think his citadel will eventually fall. I could use my scouts on top of the walls like so, though. That'd be even better. Because, oh shit, right now they're doing very indirect fire on top of a ram, and that's not great. I probably should have conserved my ammunition for when they bunch up in the gate here. Okay. I would also like to bring my trolls, or maybe a flanking force around the rear. Okay, here we go. We have to brace for impact here. We are being attacked by the elves. You know what? I noticed that I had spent the cash for ballista towers in Dol Guldur, but I don't see a single goddamn ballista flying. What a waste of cash that was, like 4,000 gold coins. 4,000 doubloons down the drain. Okay, our orc scouts are trying to engage, well, try to get on top of these walls so we can engage
If we continue like this, we will.
You know what? Let's see. I would like to get Kamul up into this fray as well, so we can do a Nazgul Screech or two. But I'm just gonna commit 2 Raider units. The rest are gonna come around the flank, I believe. Something like this. I'm really glad I got those elves to drop the ladders, though. Fan-fucking-tastic. I need to commit all my orc bands, I would say, though, to containing this elvish bulge here. That's a sentence I never wish to say again, though. Elvish bulge. Just makes me think of Legolas. In very sensual positions. Now, our orcs are in... Speaking of positions, they're in a better position to fire upon these elves, but I don't think they actually will do because they're useless sacks of shit. And they can't actually fire at people directly below them, so that's not ideal. But luckily for us, we've got a flanking force coming along. And our trolls would be useful in that force as well. We need to contain these elves, though, and they're just pushing on through. Let's see, can we get our orcs to fire yet? If we could just fire directly into that massive circle of elves, that would be fantastic. Let's see. What are they going to do? They're going to fire directly up at this unit of Bjornings, actually. Not a bad idea, as they are severely, they're light units, but I would ideally like to just fire into this massive... oh my god, my trolls are engaged already. How did they do this? Shit, every fucking time. Okay, well, my trolls have charged into the thick of it, and I might as well just have them go fucking nuts, because there's not much else to do with them. I was going to try to get them to flank, but what do you know? They just were not able to complete my commands, but look at that. They're not doing bad where they are. I think they're going to start taking losses, actually. Let's try to get them out. Let's try to get them out and use them as a flanking force. That would be great. Okay, our Orc Raiders are going to do that, and then they're going to charge, and my scouts, useless as always. Let's see. Can we pick out some Forest Wardens? Oh my god, these guys are... Oh, I can't even pull them out because there's no pathfinding. There we go. Get the fuck out, please. For the love of Sauron, just run. I don't know. I don't know how you would tell these guys to run. Oh, there goes one troll. There he goes. But it's in all seriousness, how would you tell trolls to flee? You know, I don't think they're much... You know, they're not ones to take commands. I don't know. Okay, shit is not going well for us. The elves are... You know, they're fighting valiantly. They're probably gonna get through our lines here. And my orcs, orcish scouts, not doing so hot. Not firing at a damn thing. Maybe I'll get fire arrows so I have a better idea of what's going on. See what they're actually firing at. Okay, let's see. Okay, our forces are about even right now for losses, but I think we're about to surpass the elves as far as casualties go. I think our raiders are not doing bad in the flanks, though, surprisingly. I would really like to get a mass rout going on, but I doubt we're going to get Legolas to flee. Look at that, though. I see a lot of horse archers just being torn down by our mass of orcish infantry, which is great to see. Our orc bands, though, useless as always. Okay, let's just speed through this. Nothing going on. Oh, look at that. Our trolls are gone. And I see a few arrows flying towards the elves. I wonder if I could get my archers right about here, perhaps. Could I draw a line there? No. Can I draw a line here? Yes. Okay, let's see if we can get our archers up there. They'll fire. No, let's try this, actually. Bam! Let's see if that'll do. Then we can fire into that mass there. Here comes Dwarf... Oh, fuck. Kamul. Man, these guys are going to kill me in my sleep because I keep messing them up. Okay, we seem to be going at a steady pace, though, killing as many elves as we are losing orcs, percentage-wise. Unfortunately, though, we're losing too many orcs, and we probably will not be able to hold on to this fortress once again after this battle. But let's see, can we get a Nazgul Screech up in this bitch? Can we kill these Bjornings? Oh shit, we got those Bjornings to infight for a bit there, which was interesting. It didn't appear to really do much, but I guess everything counts for a little bit of something. But it looks like the elves have managed to push through our bulge here, and now it's up to these few units to actually hold the fortress, and these 3 units to push the flanks, and Khamul is also in there somewhere. But I think if Khamul dies, it's all over, so I'm going to keep him out of the fray for now, unless we get like a nice flanking charge opportunity. It's not worth it. I wonder if we can get our archers up. Can I get them up here? Can they fire down then? Maybe, I don't know. It's a lost cause, these archers. We do appear to be roasting quite a lot of orcs, though. I'm going to turn off fire arrows. Khamul has lost another Black Numenorian. Where are you, Khamul? No, Khamul, please, no. Someone, anyone, help Khamul get him out of that Okay, there we go. He's muscling his way through our orcs. These 3 units going strong. Our units on the inside, though, not so much. Let's just speed through this. I think it's all over for us, though. These elves are pushing through quite valiantly. And we haven't even pushed into the inside of the gate, though. All of our raiders are just trying to do as much damage as they can against these the flanks of these elves here. Look at that. We have killed half the elves. We have only lost half of our orcs, so perhaps we could pull it out of the bag. I'm not really... I don't think it's going to happen, but... Our orcs refuse to go up there. Our orc archers are loosing some arrows. Perhaps at those Sindar elves, maybe we can get some arrows right into the rears. I don't know. No, I just saw an elf fall. It's all worth it. Ooh, that's not bad, actually. We'll fire into the rears of the elves that are fighting our raiders. That's what's holding us up. It's the raiders against the Sindar elves, and in that kind of situation, we're going to lose. But I do see a lot of red mist, so I think our archers are not doing bad now after that all that hassle. I don't know where these guys have gone. It says there's 45 of them left, but I see, like, I don't know, a dozen. Khamul, I wish I could throw you in there, buddy, but you're too valuable as a morale booster right now. Where is Legolas in this fray? So hard to tell. There's so many Legolas... It's like a Legolas convention in here. Look at that. Red mist everywhere. I have yet to see another elf fall, though, which is a little unfortunate. And our elves, our orcs, rather, are nearly out of arrows. But we have killed 56% of these elves. Unfortunately, though, they are pushing their way through our armies, and we're running out of orcs. And I think if we lose this battle, Khamul goes to the depths, so we might as well just toss him into the fray as late as possible. Can we get another Nazgul screech off, perhaps? Will that help in the least? No. Okay, it appears that our raiders are... I don't know what they're doing, but let's grab one unit, actually, and try to reinforce over here. And then we can hope to hold him there. Khamul, I'm not sure what I told him to do, but he's moving. I did see some infighting amongst the elves a little bit there. I keep confusing my units with their units, but the Sindar elves seem to be doing not bad. But my orcs are nearly out of arrows, and once they are, I'm going to throw them right into the fray, just to hold them as much as possible. Maybe give our orc raiders a chance on the flank. Actually, I'm going to rest up this unit here. Maybe they can get fresh, and then maybe that'll help against the... oh my god, these guys aren't even tired. What the fuck? These elves... I cannot believe it. They've been fighting this entire time, and they're not even tired. Unlike my orcs, for some odd reason, they're completely exhausted. Shit. Okay. Speed through this yet again. It's not looking great. There's a very small portion of the elven army left, and as always, very small portion of our army left. We do just need to break this last unit, the Sindar Elves, where they may be. We just need to break that unit, and then I think that may be it. Here they go. There's only 40 of them left, though. Only 40. Our Orc Raiders are exhausted. See, Ballista Towers would be fucking really handy right about now, but no, there's no Ballista Towers to be found. Hopefully my Orc Raiders can fire at those Sindar Elves, though, maybe cause some damage in their flanks. I wonder if we could get some flanking charges off with Kamul here, if I get really clever with them. There we go. I'm thinking we can get up this hill and maybe just hammer the sides of these Bjornings. Maybe cause them to rout. I severely doubt it, but let's see. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, but there's always hope. You must always be hopeful, I suppose. Okay, our Orc Raiders. This unit is nearly annihilated, and this unit remains exhausted. Here comes Kamul, though, trudging around the hill here. Unfortunately, the pathfinding is not great, so I'm wondering how effective we'll be. Let's see, can we get... No, that's as good as it's going to get. I was hoping for a slightly thicker formation, but no. Let's see. We'll charge into these guys. The weakest charge I've ever seen. And we haven't done any damage at all. That was such a waste of time and effort. There's so few L's left. It's so frustrating. If only we could just finish them off. But I don't think so. We didn't lose a single Black Numenorian in that charge, though, which is, I suppose, a saving grace. But I just want to see one massively good charge from Kamul here. You know, war cries and all, but it's just half-hearted bitch charges. Like, not a single casualty caused. Oh, there we go. We're starting to swing. Some Sylvan Elves are falling. There we go. Let's pull out again. Oh, shit. We lost a Black Numenorian. Okay, we've only got 40 orcs left to fight these 40 Sindar Elves, and no matter how many arrows we fire at them, they refuse to go down, unfortunately. But, okay, this appears to be the end of it for Kamul. He is the last Mordorian left in the courtyard, and the Sindar Elves are just chopping right through our men. Unfortunately, they're freakish, and they refuse to die. And they are also fresh for some reason. They refuse to be exhausted. Okay, but I'm going to call it quits here. Let us charge into combat and get some last looks at Kamul here, for he is about to die. At the hands of Bjornings, of all people. There he goes. Rest in peace, Kamul, wherever you may go. And Kamul was also our faction leader, which is not very good. Not very good at all. But there we go. I think that's about it. Dol Guldur has fallen. I'm really upset that we don't actually have Ballista Towers regardless. You know, I've paid for them, but we don't have them. But there you go, everyone. We just lost Dol Guldur. I hope that was enjoyable to watch, because it's quite painful for me to endure. It's like a cold knife in between my ribs, you know, straight to the heart. For some reason, this battle is not ending, though. It's because our scouts are skirmishing to the ends of the earth. Let's just call it quits, guys. Just let it be. There we go. Let us take some ships to the Grey Haven and call it quits. There we go. Average defeat. We killed 1,000 elves in return for 1,700 orcs. But Prince Legolas has won the day. He has killed our faction leader, and I bet you his next target is going to be Thornburg and probably Malgalad. And from there, our whole kingdom is going to unravel. Alright, everyone, I'm just going to deal with our notifications, and then I'm going to call it quits, because this episode is running rather long. Luckily, though, the One Ring has been found in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Not great. Candidate for adoption. We might as well adopt, what's his name? Nag here. Surprisingly, though, Lunduf is not the benefactor here, it is Laguf. That's kind of odd, but we will adopt Nag here because we need generals, considering that Kamul has now died. Our forces melt away. Captain Radgaz in Dol Guldur, of course. We really need a general in Thornburg, though, and the nearest general is actually Nag here, because for some reason he appeared in Malgalad, which is pretty handy for us. We've got reinforcements heading up, and let's see what else we have. Settlement occupied Dol Guldur. We know that. We witnessed it. We've got a Gondorian agent somewhere around Dondeth. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. But Dondeth will have to head to West Osgiliath and Dwarvois to Carindros. There we are. I wonder who the new faction leader is this time, because if it's not Dondeth, I don't really give a shit. It's Laguf. Laguf is our new faction leader. Laguf, the motherfucker in the middle of nowhere. Fort Laguf is our faction leader. That's so fucking odd to me. I cannot... Oh my god, if I was Dondeth, I'd be off the fucking chains pissed. This asshole, this nobody of an orc is suddenly fucking... Oh my god, I cannot get over it. Anyway, Thornburg has been repaired, and we can retrain some units eventually. We can even construct absolutely nothing, which is surprising. But there we go. We've got a lot of recruitment going on, and now we have also a lot of gold. And it appears that we have like 3,000 gold coins per turn, disposable income. And I think we'll have to deal with that income next episode, because, like I said, I'd like to end it here. So as always, everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the entire episode. What a roller coaster it was. It was success, then defeat, and now I'm in tears. I'm really calm, though. It sounds as if I'm calm and collected, but really on the inside, I'm crying my fucking eyes out. You know, Uvatha has died. We lost Dol Guldur along with Kumul, and now Legolas is probably going to crusade south to basically fuck my shit, which is not... I'm not pleased about it at all. We really need to get to stepping to take Minas Tirith. But I'll see you next episode.